Voter integrity is a big issue for Judicial Watch. We have this election integrity project. And federal law allows individuals and groups like Judicial Watch who are aggrieved to sue states over their failure to take reasonable steps to clean up the election rolls, because we found in states like California, they have more people on the rolls than are eligible to vote. So we successfully sued in Ohio. We had a settlement. In Indiana, we sued. Indiana, did what we needed them to do, so we ended the lawsuit. In Kentucky, I think it was one of the worst states, believe it or not. A Republican-controlled state, largely, had more people on the rolls than were eligible to vote. These are people who would otherwise be, when there are more people on the rolls than are actually living there, it means you've got people who have moved away who are still on the rolls, or dead people who are still on the rolls. And it's my view, dirty voting rolls can mean dirty elections. So nationally, there are 3.5 million, our great Judicial Watch lawyers and investigators found, 3.5 million extra names on the rolls than are eligible to vote. And 1.56 million of them, we confirmed, are in Los Angeles County. So we sued Los Angeles County and the state of California over that massive problem. And they settled, and they agreed to remove up to 1.56 million inactive names, which are names that shouldn't be there, off the rolls over the next few years. So we've cut the problem potentially in half just with that one successful settlement. But on top of that, there's this news out of Texas, which is related, which is that you had up to 100,000 illegal aliens or aliens registered to vote illegally. And of those, up to 60,000 or so may have voted. And that's in one state. Pennsylvania announces 11,000 names, potentially, aliens on the rolls who should not be there, who could be voting. So not only is voter fraud real, but it's potentially very real in the sense of having aliens unlawfully present and lawfully present here registered to vote. And I've calculated, because there's this study, I don't know if you've seen it, Bruce, out of Old Dominion University. We've talked about it extensively here at Judicial Watch. And it's a numbers game. You've got XX million numbers of illegal aliens and just aliens who are here lawfully, they have green cards, and a percentage of them are going to register to vote, both in a knowingly criminal way and accidentally. And of those, a percentage are going to vote. And they vote in large enough numbers to influence elections. It makes sense. And when you look at the numbers from this study, you extrapolate them, for instance, to 2016, I'd estimate about 1.2 million aliens voted in the presidential elections, 80% of which tend to vote Democrat. So Hillary Clinton got 80% of those votes. If you look at them in 2018, those numbers, given the turnout, I'd estimate you had 900,000 aliens unlawfully vote in the midterm elections. And when you see the Texas numbers, Bruce, and the Pennsylvania numbers, the Justice Department's got to get on a ball and investigate what's going on.
So is the DOJ doing anything about this?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. States are beginning to prosecute voter fraud more aggressively. You may have U.S. attorneys who are now prosecuting voter frauds now and again. But I would suggest, obviously, when you find voter fraud, you prosecute it. But given this kind of the sheer volume numbers that I'm talking about, the Justice Department has got to get a handle on the problem by doing a deep dive into the numbers of voter registrations, who's on the voter registration rolls nationally, compare and contrast them with the lists they have of aliens who are here, both legally and illegally, and see where there's where they meet, and see if there's if the problem is as significant as I suggest. But but short of that, it shows the urgent need not only for voter ID, but for citizenship verification. And the left hates citizenship verification. They hate voter ID, and that to me tells me the left wants aliens to vote illegally, and they want to be able to steal elections if necessary.